students, welcome to my channel Get the Math. Today we are going to start with lesson 1, introduction to lesson 1, that is rational numbers. So earlier you have studied about natural numbers whose set starts from 1 to 3 and so on to infinity. Then whole numbers whose set starts from 0, 1 to 3 to infinity. Then integers, which is denoted by Z, which includes negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Then comes the rational numbers, which is denoted by capital Q. The numbers which are in the form of P upon Q are called as the rational numbers, where Q should not be equal to 0, but P can be 0. So for example, you can see here P by Q, that means if P equal to 0 and Q is suppose 3, the answer comes out to be 0 by 3 is 0, and 0 is a rational number. But if Q equal to 0 and P equal to 3, then if denominator is 0, then the answer is infinity. So that is not possible. So you have to take P by Q, where Q should not be equal to 0. Such numbers are called as the rational numbers. Here you can see in the graph, this is the natural numbers, then the whole numbers include the natural numbers, then comes the integer includes the whole numbers as well as the natural numbers, and then comes these are the rational numbers and these are the irrational numbers that together constitutes to be the real numbers. These all are called as the real numbers. Now today in this lesson we are going to study about the rational numbers, that is Q. So let us see about the properties that are required in these lessons. First, to solve the rational numbers. First property is closure property. Closure property means in natural number we have seen that A plus B equal to C, and C is also a natural number, as A and B are also natural numbers. Similarly, in rational numbers, if this ratio, if A upon B is added to C upon D, then the answer is E upon F. Where this is the rational number, C upon D is also rational number, and E upon F will also be a rational number. For example, you can see here 2 by 9 plus 8 by 9 equal to 10 by 9. So this is a rational number. Then subtraction, A upon B minus C upon D equal to E upon F. So for example, 7 upon 5 minus 3 upon 5 equal to 4 by 5, where all the three terms are rational numbers. Then for multiplication, here 7 upon 4 into 2 by 3 equal to 7 upon 6. How 7 upon 6? This cross division we can do, 2 ones are 2 twos are 4. We can do the cross cutting and the answer you get as 7 upon 6. So 7 upon 6 is a rational number, as these two are also the rational numbers. And for division, you can see here 4 upon 5 divided by 6 upon 5. Whenever it is a division in between, you have to inverse the later term. So it becomes 4 upon 5 multiply by 6 upon 5, that becomes 5 upon 6. Do the cancellation, you get the answer as 2 by 3. 5 ones are 5 ones are 4 1, 2 twos are 4, 2 threes are 6, that is 2 by 3. So this is 2 by 3 is also a rational number. So for closure property, rational number is applicable for the closure property for addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Then comes the second property as commutative property. In commutative property, in natural number we have seen as A plus B should be equal to B plus A. If you plus 3 plus 7, that should be equal to 7 plus 3. So similarly, we have to see in if it is applicable or not, we have to see in rational numbers. First one is for addition, that is A upon B plus C upon D should be equal to C upon D plus A upon B. Take for example 2 by 3 plus 5 by 4 and 5 by 4 plus 2 by 3. Take the LCM and solve it. See, you are getting here 23 by 12 and on the left hand side and 23 by 12 on the right hand side. So these two are rational numbers and left hand side is equal to right hand side. So it is applicable for addition. Then for subtraction, write here minus sign in between and do the subtraction. Here comes minus 7 upon 12 and this on the right hand side it comes as 7 upon 12. So left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So it is not applicable for commutative property is not applicable for subtraction. Then multiplication. For multiplication you can see here 2 by 3 into 5 by 4 should be equal to 5 by 4 into 2 by 3. You are getting both the answers same on the left hand side and the right hand side. So multiplication, for multiplication commutative property is applicable. Then for division, you can see for division as before we have done it, on place of divide write multiplication and the latter term should be inversed, should be written as the reciprocal. 5 by 4 you have to write 4 by 5 and do the same on this side. So you are getting here 8 upon 15 and on the left hand side and 15 upon 8 on the right hand side, which are not equal. So commutative property is not applicable for division. So it is applicable only for addition and for multiplication. Then comes the associative property. In associative property there will be three terms. One term will be out of the bracket and the other two terms will be inside the bracket. If we change the bracket, the answer should be same on the left hand side and the right hand side. Let us see if it is applicable in for rational numbers or not. First one is for addition. See, for addition I have taken the example here as 2 by 3 plus 4 by 5 plus 3 by 5, and if we change the bracket then solve it by taking the LCM. Then see here again there is a difference between the denominator, so again you have to take the LCM and solve it. So lastly the answer comes as 31 by 15 on the left hand side and 31 by 15 on the right hand side. So associative property is applicable for addition. Then similarly let us check it for subtraction. So you see here the same way you have to solve as you did it for addition, but here the answer is coming as 7 by 15 on the left hand side and minus 11 by 15 on the right hand side. So it is not equal, so associative property is not applicable for subtraction. Then see the multiplication. For multiplication write multiplication on each side and solve it. You are getting as 8 upon 25 on left hand side and 8 upon 25 on right hand side. So associative property is applicable for multiplication. Then for the division, see for the division here solve the bracket first and then again with the term that is outside the bracket. Then see the answer, that is 1 by 2 on the left hand side and 25 by 18 on the right hand side. So it is not equal, that is not equal here. So associative property is not applicable for division process. Okay, so associative property is applicable only for addition and for multiplication. Let us come out to the other property, that is additive inverse. What is additive inverse? Whatever is the number, you have to change its sign. That is called its additive inverse. As when both the two numbers are added, you get the answer as 0. So for natural numbers, we have seen it as for a, the additive inverse will be minus a. Let us see for rational numbers. So if rational number is a upon b, its additive inverse will be minus a upon b. And if the given rational number is minus a upon b, its additive inverse will be plus a upon b. So suppose for 2 by 3, its additive inverse will be minus 2 by 3. And for minus 2 by 3, its additive inverse will be 2 by 3. If we add these two terms, this plus minus becomes 0. So you get the answer as 0 here. So that is called as the additive inverse. Then fifth property is additive identity. Additive identity means such number which when multiplied with the other number you get the same answer. Like a plus 0 equal to a, you get the a here same. So 0 is called as the additive identity. So rational numbers as a plus a upon b, when added to 0 you get as a upon b. So example 2 by 3 plus 0 equal to 2 by 3. So 0 is called as the additive identity. Sixth property is multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse? When we multiply these two terms, you get the answer as 1. That is called as the multiplicative inverse. So if any number is there, its inverse you have to write or its reciprocal you have to write, that becomes the multiplicative inverse. So if a is given, its inverse will be 1 upon a. Likewise for rational numbers, if a upon b is given, its inverse will be b upon a. For example, 2 by 3, its inverse is 3 by 2. And if negative number is given, that is minus 7 upon 5, its inverse will be 5 upon minus 7. Seventh property is multiplicative identity. Likewise, we did for additive identity, that was 0. Here multiplicative identity is 1. So if we multiply any number with 1, you get the same number. That is, so 1 is called as the multiplicative identity. Similarly, for rational numbers, a upon b into 1, you get a upon b. So whether it is a positive term or whether it is a negative term, you get the same answer when multiplied with 1. So 1 is called as a multiplicative identity. Then 0 property. What is 0 property? Any number when multiplied with 0, you get as answer as 0. So that is called as a 0 property. So for rational numbers, a upon b when multiplied by 0, you get 0. So if it is a positive number, then also you get 0 if you multiply it by 0. Negative number, you get 0 when you multiply it by 0. So 0 is here called as a, this property is called as a 0 property. Ninth property is distributive property of multiplication over addition or subtraction. So here you should check out properly that in the bracket it will be either plus or minus, and outside the bracket it will be multiplication. Such type of formation of equation is called as the distributive property of multiplication over addition or subtraction. So in this, on the left hand side it will be like this. On the right hand side, what you have to do, the term which is outside the bracket, you have to multiply with each of the terms inside the bracket. So like this, a into b plus or minus, this is plus or minus a into c. So that is called as a multiplicative distributive property. So same way, if it is for rational numbers, here a upon b will be multiplied by c upon d, first term, then whatever is the sign in between, either plus or minus, put it, and then a upon b multiplied by e upon f again, that will be the second term. So let us see with the example. So suppose this is an example, 2 by 3 multiplied by 1 upon 5 plus or minus 3 by 4. Okay, so multiply by 2 by 3 with each of the terms here. So 2 by 3 into 1 by 5, this is the first term, then plus or minus, then 2 by 3 with multiply with 3 by 4, this is your second term. Okay, so multiplication, if there is a cancellation, do the cancellation, and then you get these terms. So if it was plus, then take the LCM and solve it, you will get this answer as 19 by 30. And if it would have been minus here, then take the LCM again, then you will get this answer, that is minus 11 by 30. Okay, so this property is called as a distributive property of multiplication over addition or subtraction, which is a very important property. Then comes the number line. Now you know this is called as a number line, which has a zero of number line of integers, which has 0 at the center, and positive numbers at the right hand side and negative numbers at the left hand side. So if you go from left hand side to the right hand side, it goes on increasing, and if you go from right hand side to left hand side, the number goes on decreasing. Okay, first you have to make it sure that. Then first type of fraction is proper fraction. If we want to denote a proper fraction on the number line, how we will denote it? So proper fraction, that is 2 by 3 for example, whether it is plus or minus, whenever it is a proper fraction, we have to keep in mind that it will always come between 0 and 1. So 2 by 3 is given here. Suppose from 0 we will start, that is 1 by 3, 2 by 3, 3 by 3. And whenever the same numbers are coming at the numerator and denominator, it will become 1. We have to denote it as 1 here. Similarly, see this side on the left hand side, that is minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3. That becomes here minus 1. The numerator and denominator, whenever it comes the same, that time it will become here minus 1. Okay, so now this is the denotation, that is 2 by 3, and this is the denotation for minus 2 by 3. if it is a mixed fraction given and then you have to substitute it on the number line, you have to show it on the number line, how will you show it? So if it is a plus or minus mixed fraction is 1 3/4, then convert it into improper fraction, that is 4 ones are 4 plus 3 7/4. So I will show you for addition number, for positive number, that is plus 7/4. So from 0 start it on the right side, positive numbers are on the right hand side. So 7/4 means 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. So 4/4 numerator and denominator are same, so write here 1. Then continue 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. So this 7/4 is called as that is the denotation. So mark it a small circle here. That was a number that we wanted. Similarly, we can do it on the left hand side for the negative numbers. So these are the denotations that we can show on number line. 11th property is rational numbers between two rational numbers. If you want to find rational numbers between the two given rational numbers, any rational numbers, it can be 2. Here I have shown it for 2. It can be more than 2 also. So how to do? Take the LCM of the given rational numbers, it is 5 and 2. Take the LCM, okay. So and if you take the LCM, it becomes minus 4/10 and 5/10, and minus 4 and 5, whatever the number comes between these two numbers, you can take any number as you wish and write those numbers in between these two numbers, okay. So that is called as a rational number between two rational numbers. Now these are the points to remember. For addition, this is a very important thing to see the signs. If the 2 plus are there, the numbers between 2 plus are there, then we have to do addition and the answer will also be in plus. Like for example, plus 2 plus 3, the answer will be plus 5. If one number is plus and other number is minus, then plus minus you have to do subtraction and answer will have sign of bigger number. So for example, here if it is plus 2 and minus 3, so plus minus becomes minus, so 3 minus 2 is 1, and for 1 the answer will have negative sign as 3 is a greater number and 3 is having negative symbol here. Similarly, for example, if it is minus 2 and plus 3, again it is plus minus, you have to do minus, so 3 minus 2 is 1 answer here, and 3 is positive, 3 is a greater number between these two, 3 is having positive sign, so 1 is plus here. So if there it is plus and minus, you have to do subtraction, but the answer will have sign of bigger number. Similarly, if both the numbers are negative, then you have to add, minus minus you have to add, but the answer will have negative sign, like minus 2 minus 3, minus 2 minus 3, minus minus you have to add, so 3 plus 2 is 5 and the answer will have negative sign. Similarly, while you are doing multiplication, so if two positive numbers are multiplied, the answer will be in positive. Like plus 2 multiplied by plus 3, it will be 3 2s are 6 and both are plus, so it will be plus 6. If one number is plus and other number is negative and you are doing multiplication, so plus minus, the answer will be in negative. You have to do the multiplication, but the answer will be in negative. So here you don't have to see for the bigger number like you did above. So whatever is the number, one is smaller or bigger, if one is plus and the other is negative, the answer will come in negative only. So it is plus 2 into minus 3, it is minus 6, minus 2 into plus 3 is minus 6, okay. So and if the two numbers are negative and you are doing multiplication, then the answer will come in positive, that is minus 2 into minus 3, you will get the plus 6. So this was about the introduction of rational numbers. That's all for now. Do like my channel, do like, share and subscribe my channel, Get the Math.